Hey guys, it's Sam, and I decided to challenge myself a little bit recently to draw a little bit like perspective practice, sort of, and just a naturey background, just just because. I mean, there wasn't really any rhyme or reason. So yeah, this one was rather challenging. I started off with just laying down the values, black and white grayscale kind of thing. I originally planned the path to be like this, or the part at the bottom to be like this brick path. So she was like walking through a park or something, but I ended up changing it because as I was adding in the shadows from the trees, it kind of reminded me of rocks. So I was like, it's a river now. So I just made it a river, and then after I laid down the details, I wish I went a little bit more with the details with the values and the trees in the background before I started doing the coloring and the layering stuff on top, because it kind of felt empty in that background, like the parts in between the trees. So I had to go back constantly and try and add more stuff there to create a little bit of interest slash like atmospheric perspective as things were going off further in the distance. And I also kind of wish I sketched her in a bit earlier, because I always make this mistake of not drawing in the person alongside with the background, because it looks a lot better and they look more connected and meshed. Like they work much better when you draw them around like at the same time, instead of draw the background and then draw the person, or draw the person and then draw the background. I mean, it kind of depends on what you're doing, but for me, like, I think it would be a lot better if I did them simultaneously, but I did it as early as I thought of doing it, so there was that. It's a little bit of an improvement, but I should have done it from the start. But yeah, so this isn't anybody in particular. It's just some random girl, I don't know. And yeah, I didn't like, I saw a picture on Pixabay, which is where I got the idea for this, of a similar looking scene, so that's what I used as my reference photo. And there was some light in there that kind of looked like, oh, that's kind of cool, I want to do a picture, but like kind of emphasize that light. So that's why I have this chick here kind of standing, and there's going to be a little bit of a spotlight on her later. And there's going to be like, there's not really exactly a great explanation as to why those leaves slash petals slash whatever you want to call them are the pinky color. It's just, I had her jacket be like this pinky red color, and it would have stood out like really badly if I didn't incorporate that color in other places. So I added some flowers in the bushes and like had some growing out like around and like in the grass and stuff, and then I put a couple in the stream just because you can't just have this random color there, it just looks wrong. So it's to help balance things and kind of help her fit better and to really even out the colors, because otherwise she just badly stands out. So yeah, you can't just have this one random color, it's like a spotlight. So that's why I added the other colors, and that's why I made the petals pink, to try and not only help with the color balancing bit, but also with like make them stand out a little bit more against the green of the trees. Doing the colors for this though was kind of tricky, and I kept playing around with it so much because I started out grayscale and I'm still not very good at like getting to the colors to look exactly like I want them to when I colorize it. And I also wanted to have a little bit more of a variety, so not all the greens are the same green, not all the browns are the same brown. I don't think I pushed it as much as I could have, but and I also try to keep the picture fairly cool, to kind of be like, oh, this is winter, but not like, but there's trees that have leaves and stuff. I didn't want to draw bare trees, all right? Like I didn't want to do that. I don't like drawing branches. So I do my best to avoid doing that. I also really tried to push the values in this one, which is why you see me value checking with that solid black layer. I have a tutorial on that, you can feel free to. I'll put it in the description so y'all can check that out. And yeah, so to kind of cheat my way there, I just made a new layer, set it to overlay. You can also use soft light. I wouldn't recommend hard light unless you, I don't know, I mean you can, but it's just soft light and overlay work better for this. And then just use some dark and light colors and just paint over like big areas and maybe blur things if you want. But it's just a nice quick way to get some differing values. I mean, you can also use levels and do it that way, but I feel like I have more control if I can just paint on where I want stuff to go. I'm not like 100% happy with this picture, but like it was definitely worthwhile practice to do. So there's that that I got out of it, and definitely learned some things from this, so that's also good. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. I upload new videos every Thursday and Saturday, which I hope can help inspire you guys to improve as I strive to improve as well. Thanks for watching. Bye!